Welcome to Listertainment, the channel with the most deceptive name in all of YouTube. Well, today we are going to be looking at fighters who have trained for a very long time. They put in the work, they put the 10,000 hours in order to become experts. But sometimes, even these people can still attempt some pretty dumb moves that completely embarrass them. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of lost some respect for some of these fighters because holy crap, some of these moves are so dumb and make them look like normal people that don't have any hand-eye coordination. You'll see, and you'll never look at these guys the same again. If you happen to enjoy this video, please give it a like so we can satisfy the like-loving slut that is the algorithm. Also, make sure to subscribe and turn on those post notifications. Let's get started. We all know of this amazing move done by Jorge Masvidal over Ben Askren, where he knocked him out in seconds during their fight.
The fight clock is brought to you by Modelo.
Diego Sanchez saw this and thought, I can do better than that. So during his fight against Jake Matthews, he decided to start out round 3 of the fight by showing up Masvidal.
UFC.
Fight.
Matthews wasn't rushing in, he kind of just walked over and waved Sanchez to start trading. As soon as Sanchez started moving forward fast, he obviously jumped back, making his whole jumping knee a complete joke. Also, Sanchez was not in the best shape of his life, which kind of made this look even worse. Well, what do we have here? But the greatest barrel roller of all time.
And the UFC Hall of Fame.
I know that he just got himself into a terrible position when he missed that kick. So he wanted to get out of it by rolling away, but he also seemed to throw a kick back at his opponent. If he would have landed that kick, it would have been amazing, but he didn't. The second barrel roll was completely unnecessary. He should have seen while doing the first barrel roll that his opponent wasn't coming after him. He was so sweaty that during the first barrel roll, he slid on the canvas instead of rolling, which makes it even funnier. Chael Sonnen was trying to do everything possible to take Anderson Silva to the ground during the rematch, but was struggling to do so. So then he tried doing a spinning elbow that was so telegraphed that Silva dodged it by a mile.
And that could be an early turning point in this fight. That's a knee.
I guess Sonnen was so exhausted that he didn't try to jump right up and allowed Silva to come at him and land a knee that looked to be really illegal. I would like to think that Sonnen was so embarrassed by that move that he just decided to stay down and hope that this way he could draw Silva to finally fight on the ground. Holly Holm completely demolished Ronda Rousey and made her look like a completely normal person instead of what people thought, which was the greatest female UFC fighter of all time. This moment in particular was literally the point where Rousey's MMA career fell to the ground.
Wow. This is incredible.
Man, you see these types of misses in a ton of movie fights, and although Sonnen did have a bad miss, at least he was throwing a blind elbow. Rousey completely whiffed on that hit, after Holm did an amazing move to get out of the way and send Rousey crashing into the fence. This single moment right here might have been worse than the actual knockout, because here, Rousey seemed to be defeated already.
Beautiful. Beautiful. She's hurt. There's in trouble. She's hurt. Holly, look.
So ninjas are pretty cool, right? Well, here you can see an amazing ninja doing one of the best moves you will ever see. I've seen this video a ton of times and I cannot figure out what his plan was. Even if he landed that kick, he never pulled his other leg back to catch himself. He kind of looks like he's going for a bicycle kick in soccer. In reality, he's trying to do a double jump leg kick, but since his opponent moved back, he tried to stretch it out to be able to land it, but failed miserably and knocked himself out. Michael Pereira is one of the craziest fighters in MMA, doing some of the weirdest moves that you will ever see. Here he tried doing something weird against Kim Dae-sung and just looked like a complete moron.
Little slip there, he's on his back.
I heard Dae-sung Kim has practiced jiu-jitsu for...
Oh!
This is the backflip.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what the point of this is because you are going in blind to try and land something on your downed opponent, but there is the issue that you might land on your opponent's head, which is considered an illegal hit to a downed opponent. Then he was caught in the air with the opponent's feet and almost looked to be helpless up there. What are the chances that you land a perfect stomp to the guy's abdomen and end the fight? Very, very unlikely. I understand that he's just trying to make a name for himself, and he is getting pretty close. This is just a pure helpless guy in CR Bahadursara, being fully mounted and trying to throw back punches, with Dong Hyun Kim just letting him do it, since it's almost impossible to hurt somebody from that position.
Kenny, at what point does frustration begin to mount when you're in the mount? No pun intended.
Now this might be a controversial take on my part, but I think that this part from Kim is kind of embarrassing because he does a very weird move.
Shots on the feet and you're getting taken down, it just breaks your will. And it's something that judokas and wrestlers...
He had the full mount and was unable to land some open shots, so it appears that he got a little frustrated and started throwing down some hammer fist. Apparently he does it a lot, but it just seems weird to me since I don't think I've ever seen it. You can throw punches and elbows and have more success than these hammer fists. You have probably seen this video before, maybe even on one of my lists, but it has to be included in this list because it's just so stupid. James Toney was fighting against a legend that is Roy Jones Jr., and he tried to keep up with Jones's taunts, but of course, you cannot do this in his prime.
Showboating by Jones. He tempts fate, I think. Left hook and down.
James Toney was a great boxer, especially his defense, but you never mess with the king of taunting because you are going to fall right into his game, and Jones made him pay by knocking him down. Even worse was that as soon as Toney saw that Jones might be coming forward, instead of covering up, he just moved his head right to the perfect position for that left hook. Jones won this fight via a lopsided unanimous decision. This has to be the craziest move I've ever seen, and it's not the one doing it that it's embarrassing for, but the one that is receiving it. This type of move, of course, has to involve somebody that's crazy enough to do it, and that's Crazy Horse Charles Bennett. The one being embarrassed here is poor Anthony McDavitt, who was sure he was going to get the armbar, but Crazy Horse reversed it perfectly, and since McDavitt didn't let go, Bennett decided to take him for a ride.
And here it comes. Crazy Horse looking for a huge slam. It looks at the camera, says, hey, what's up? What the?
Just consider the audacity of this guy to have this guy in his clutches while he's trying to work some miracle move on his arm. And he just smiles at the camera, knowing that he's about to make all the highlight reels that will ever be made. You think that Bennett would have won the fight, especially since he clipped him when he was trying to get up, but he lost via a split decision. Come on guys, you just know that these guys were like, I'm gonna do this amazing and crazy move and people are going to know my name and praise me. And you know what, they'll probably name this move after me, only for them to look like a complete amateur moron. Thanks for watching this video. See you next time.